Thank you for joining us for the latest podcast entry to the Hazel and Harlow Designer Series. Our travels this time took us to the heart of indie fashion, the notable Silver Lake community in Los Angeles where the LA hipster vibe originated. Danny, designer and owner of Dean Accessories, took some time from his already hectic schedule to allow us to drop in and ask a few questions about how he started and his vision behind the acclaimed Dean Leather collection. Here's Danny's take on what it's all about.
Here we are with Danny, the owner, creator, and designer of Dean Accessories. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Welcome to Hazel and Harlow's podcast series. We won't take much of your time. We know how busy you are. We know that you've got the store to run and to operate. What we want to find out is as soon as we added Dean Accessories to the website, people freaked. They were so excited to have that merchandise on the site. You've got a remarkable reputation. You're extremely popular here in Los Angeles, but you're popular globally, which is pretty amazing considering this is a very tiny, sweet little shop in Silver Lake, California. What did it for you? I mean, how did you get started? What was the inspiration for you getting started? Why Silver Lake over anywhere else? What's the story behind Danny and Dean?
Well, I mean, it's been 10 years now. This fall will be the 10th year. And I really just wanted to create something that was simple. Started with cuffs and watches, and I actually started because of something I saw in a magazine, a vintage thing that Johnny Depp was wearing that I liked, and I just created one just because I wanted one, and it just sort of grew from there. That was sort of the impetus, and that's what sort of kept it going.
Do you have a history in leather smithing? I mean, are you schooled in this, or was this just you just took it up?
No. As a matter of fact, I have a degree in sociology. But I worked for years doing store design and merchandising with Urban Outfitters and Anthropologie. And I think I probably got some influence from that in terms of like that company does not advertise. It's all about just sort of letting the work that they do speak for itself, and just at least when I was there, it was sort of a small operation compared to what it is now, and that's really sort of what it was all about. Just doing something that they sort of believed in, and was this sort of really kind of organic thing that kind of grew, and then let word of mouth.
Word of mouth has been really strong for you. Obviously, that's how you built your reputation. You're not a fan of advertising. I don't think you've ever advertised, ever.
Not really.
And given the celebrity endorsement that you have for the leather line and for the leather goods, the economy has definitely shifted. I mean, we're hearing from all of our designers, they're having to kind of reinvent themselves, do more online business, their store business has been affected. Are you seeing any difference in what the consumer is looking for, how they're spending their money, when they spend their money? How has that affected you as a retailer and as a designer?
I think, it really hasn't affected me as a designer because I've always been a person that's always stayed true to what I believed in, period. Like, I've always thought, like, I didn't want to do the it bag. That wasn't what it was ever about. It was about doing something that I thought was good design and functional and that would last. And if somebody came in, and bought a bag, I like it when they come in, they bought a bag 3 years ago and they're still using it. That's a good thing to me. They don't have to have, the it bag just doesn't apply here.
Where are you going as far as designs for a new season? Do you do seasonal collections like some of the designers, or do you organically just have an idea and go, that looks good, I'm inspired by something, okay, now I'm going to go off in this direction with a new design? How do you come up with what's new?
Yeah, that's sort of how it happens. I don't really follow seasons. I probably do in terms of color somewhat, but in terms of design and things like that, I don't follow certain trends. I find inspiration in almost anything. To me, design is just, it's an object. It doesn't have to be it's not a purse, it's not a bag, it's an object, just like a chair is a chair, or, a house is a house. You're doing something, you're making something that has a function that you want to do. You know? So.
If you were going to give advice to a young or old, if you were going to give advice to someone who feels artistic, who feels that they have a vision for something, they don't feel like they want to go to school, they don't feel like they want to go to that avenue, how would you tell someone to kind of follow their heart, get started? What did someone advise you? Did you have mentors? Did you have someone tell you how to be who you are and be the name and the brand that you are today?
Not really the name and the brand. I mean, I had a few friends that have gone off on their own and did sort of things in the design world. A good friend of mine does like metalsmithing, he does, you know, furniture and all kinds of different things. And he's had his own business for a long time, so I asked him a lot of questions in terms of business and getting started, that sort of thing. But I mean, really, I would just say, you know, I mean, if you believe in what you want to do that strongly, you just have to do it, you know. And you might fail; it's not always going to work, but that's the only way.
Well, I appreciate your time so much today. This is going to mean a lot to our shoppers and to our fans. They've been really looking forward to this interview. So we're going to let you go and tell you thank you so much for your time, and we'll pop this up on the podcast and iTunes really soon. Thank you for your time.
It's interesting to us when we have the unique opportunity to meet with these talented artists, how each is so individual and different in their ideals, operating styles, and approach to how they create and offer their work to the buying public. We can say with conviction this is one artist that will continue to rise and prosper. His product is outstanding, his brand is solid, and his shop and staff are ideal in every way. Stay with us for more from our Designer Podcast series. Until next time, cheers! From CC101 Productions and Hazel and Harlow.